But then Marilyn, a few days later when they finished the shooting in New York, she flew back to California. And of course that blowing of the skirt was the end of that marriage. Just a short while after that, Joe DiMaggio and Marilyn announced that they were getting divorced.
This is what we would say with the conflict of careers. Good morning, Marilyn. What's the picture? What picture are you working on now?
Now she entered a phase of fighting the studio, fighting for better scripts, choice of director, choice of story, maybe more money. And it was a tough battle. A battle she eventually won, but in the end she lost the war, as they say.
It's not that I object to doing musicals or comedies. In fact, I rather enjoy it. But I would like to do also dramatic parts, too.
Submitted a list of directors you would work with? We only know the rumors are here, you know. I would rather say that I have director approval, and that is true. This is important. Yes, it is very important to me. You're wearing a high hat dress now. The last time I saw you wear it, is this a blue Marilyn or blue Zara? No, I'm the same person, but it's a different suit.
In Bus Stop, she played this girl, innocent, but a sex. She'd drive anyone crazy who came near her. And Marilyn had that magnetic power. Every man thought, poor girl, I will take care of her. I will, she needs help. She's exposed to the evils in the world, and I will be the one to save her.
Our biography of Marilyn Monroe will continue on A&E. By 1956, Marilyn was tired of being typecast as the dumb blonde. She wanted to grow as an actress, and so she moved to New York and enrolled at the famous Actors Studio. She also fell in love with playwright Arthur Miller, but as hard as she tried, she couldn't escape the personal demons that haunted her.
What time is it anyway?
Oh, it's after 9 o'clock. I've been up for hours.
9? I didn't even get to bed till 5.
5? Oh, no wonder you're so pale and white.
It was amazing because Marilyn had the most beautiful skin in the world. She had skin like a little baby's. It was so clear and so smooth, not a wrinkle on her face or on her body. It was one of the most perfect skins and one of the most perfect faces and bodies I've ever seen. Josh Logan wanted 2 great big head close-ups, just Marilyn and my head during the kiss. And the cinema photographer said, no, you can't do that, Josh, because this is CinemaScope. So you can't do it, too big on the screen. So Josh said, I don't care, as long as you can keep them in focus, I want just Marilyn and Don, that's all, just tight on their faces like that. So he set up the shot, and we got ready to do it. Marilyn came in, we came together for the kiss, and the cinema photographer said, no, that's no good, you're cutting off the top of Don's head. And Marilyn looked up and said, but the audience knows he has a top to his head, it's been established.
And I think that right in the middle of her career, around the bus stop period in 1956, when she comes to New York and to the Actors Studio, this is an attempt to find out more about herself. And the way that she'll find out more about herself is not simply by taking these acting lessons or exploring the method, but it's also by meeting other kinds of people, meeting and actually marrying the playwright Arthur Miller.
Could you tell us what kind of a wedding you're going to have?
Very quiet, I hope.
Do you feel certain at this time that you will be able to get away to go to England? I feel certain I'm going to try awfully hard.
In the event that you are not able to go, we'll Miss Monroe still go?
Oh, sure. She's got to go. She's got a contract to go.
Well, that means you may not have a honeymoon together then.
I think we will.
I hope so.
Later on, when she and Arthur married, or before they got married, Arthur was called before the Un-American Committee. It was the height of Joe McCarthy period. Here she was, not committed to anything, and she appeared in Washington with Miller.
How long have you been here, Miss Monroe?
Since the beginning of the trial.
Just staying in the house here?
That's right.
Has the trial upset your personal life to any degree, Miss Monroe?
I would like to say that I'm fully confident that in the end my husband will win this case.
Michelangelo said something years when he first started to paint. He said, "Dear Lord, free me of myself so I can please you." And to me what that means is that he knew that his higher self, his better self, the part of him that created, when it was blocked by the neurosis, the craziness, the kind of petty everyday life, can't function. And I think that Marilyn was aware that she had this other side, and I think that's why she came to New York. I think that's why she came to my father.
And she was fun to be with. She was lively and always humorous. Wonderful way about her. And when I'd do a scene at the Actors Studio, I remember her coming up and she'd say, "Oh, it must be wonderful to be an actor such as you are." And she'd give me a kiss, and I would think, "It's great." So I had a great appreciation of her.
Along comes something, some like it hot. The whole world adores it, even though those photographs you see of Marilyn, that's another woman because Marilyn was pregnant, and so it's another woman, and then they put Marilyn's head on top of this woman.
Billy Wilder gave her a good script to deal with. Her own character was really a supporting role. It was not the major role in the film, and although the lines were pretty good, it's all in the pacing, the timing, the rhythm, the kind of melancholy that she was able to put in a part which is essentially comic, to balance those two kinds of things. This is where we begin to see really the technique of an actress coming to play.
Baby, I'm through with love.
Movies made her. And if you look at the movies and you see her up there, this is not an unhappy person. This is a gloriously fantastic movie star. What more do you want?
My name is Lolita.